Have you ever looked at a set of numbers and wondered, what's the typical value here? Whether you're analyzing sales figures, exam scores, or even the performance of your favorite sports team, understanding the center of your data is crucial. Today, we're diving into the three most common ways to find that center: the average, the median, and the mode. These aren't just abstract mathematical concepts, they're powerful tools that help us make sense of the world around us. In statistics, we call these the measures of central tendency. Each one offers a unique perspective on where the bulk of your data lies, and choosing the right one depends entirely on the nature of your data and the story you're trying to tell. Let's start with the one most familiar to everyone: the average, or more formally, the mean. The mean, often just called the average, is what most people think of when they hear average. It's calculated by adding up all the values in your dataset, and then dividing that sum by the total number of values. It's straightforward and gives equal weight to every number in your set. For example, imagine you have 5 friends, and their ages are 22, 23, 25, 26, and 28. To find the mean age, you'd add these ages together: 22 plus 23 plus 25 plus 26 plus 28, which equals 124. Then, you divide 124 by 5, giving you a mean age of 24.8. Simple, right? The mean is incredibly useful for data that is symmetrically distributed without extreme values, often called outliers. However, its major drawback is its sensitivity to these outliers. If one of your friends was 70 instead of 28, the mean would jump significantly, no longer accurately representing the typical age of the group. This is where other measures come into play. Next, we have the median. The median is literally the middle value in a dataset when that data is arranged in order from least to greatest. It's particularly robust against outliers, meaning extreme values won't skew it dramatically. To calculate the median, first sort your data. If you have an odd number of data points, the median is simply the middle number. Using our friends' ages again: 22, 23, 25, 26, 28. The middle value is 25. If you have an even number of data points, say you had a friend who is 30, you take the average of the two middle numbers. Here, 25 and 26 are the middle values, so the median would be /2, which is 25.5. The median shines when your data is skewed or contains outliers. Think about housing prices in a neighborhood. A few extremely expensive mansions can drastically inflate the mean, making it seem like houses are more expensive than they truly are for most residents. The median price, however, would give a much more accurate representation of what a typical home costs. Finally, let's look at the mode. The mode is the value that appears most frequently in a dataset. Unlike the mean and median, the mode can be used with non-numeric data, such as colors or types of cars. A dataset can have one mode, multiple modes, or no mode at all if every value appears only once. Let's use an example of favorite colors among a group of people: blue, red, green, blue, yellow, blue, red. If we list them out, blue appears 3 times, red twice, green once, and yellow once. In this set, blue is the mode because it's the color chosen most often. The mode is incredibly useful when you want to know the most common item or category. For instance, a clothing store might use the mode to determine which size or color shirt is most popular, influencing their inventory decisions. It's the only measure of central tendency appropriate for nominal data. So, how do these 3 measures stack up? The mean gives you a mathematical average, sensitive to every data point. The median provides the exact middle value, resistant to extreme outliers. The mode tells you the most frequent observation, valuable for understanding popularity or common occurrences, especially with non-numeric data. Each offers a different lens through which to view your data center. In practice, your choice depends on your data's distribution and your objective. If your data is relatively symmetrical and free of outliers, the mean is often the go-to. If your data is skewed or contains extreme values, the median is generally a better choice for representing the typical value. And if you're dealing with categorical data or simply want to identify the most common occurrence, the mode is your best bet. Often, using all three can provide a comprehensive understanding. Understanding the mean, median, and mode empowers you to look beyond just raw numbers and truly comprehend what your data is telling you. By knowing when and how to apply each measure of central tendency, you gain a deeper insight into the typical values within any dataset, making you a more informed analyst of information.